So when they do these surveys, how can you determine the difference between tornado damage and straight line winds? It seems as though the damage can be just as significant for both. This is from Melissa and Seekonk. So we were just kind of talking about this. So when we have a severe weather event, we just had one, a couple weeks ago, the National Weather Service will go out to various locations where there's been damage reported to see kind of how the damage has fallen, trees fallen, things like that. And the main difference is rotational versus straight line. So I think we have some good video.
I'll give Jillian time to cue up this tornado damage, which was in Situate last year. And there you go. So, with drones and just the actual site survey of walking around, the Weather Service will try to determine damage patterns. You'd see whether or not, and just the kind of damage that we see to trees. In other words, are they all toppled over in one direction, or are they all kind of strewn about in kind of a haphazard way, or are they kind of like, you see kind of a twisting damage pattern to the trees and things like that. So it's not so much the kind, and especially like this when we're seeing trees that are sheared off from the top, it's not so much the intensity of the damage, but rather the damage pattern that determines if it's a straight line wind or if it's twisting wind. And
because around here again the winds can kind of overlap where it's not so clear just based on looking at it with the blind eye as a general person going outside. Oh my gosh, there's trees everywhere, it must have been a tornado, but sometimes it isn't. And
very well the microburst as it's going through it looks like a tornado when it's actually not. Sometimes in some severe thunderstorms you'll get part microburst and part tornado. A lot of times the tornadoes will hop and skip, like the one in Situate. It went up, it went down, it went up, it went down, it went up, and it went down. So you get sporadic damage in certain areas, and other locations there's no damage at all. So sometimes they'll lift, come back down, lift, come back down. Or one thunderstorm will have the tornado weaken only to have a new one form. So there's such a science, it's a forensic science as far as trying to figure out whether it was straight line wind damage or tornado wind damage.